Welcome back. Welcome back. What's that? 7 in a row? 8 in a row? Something like that? Welcome back to another episode of that Stay Off My Grass podcast. You got your boy, Suns fan Randy, in the building. No sun shirt today. You know what I mean? Just a little different drip today. But we got another one, man. We got the Suns versus the Mavs. And this was a blowout. You know what I mean? It was a blowout, but it was some positives, it was some negatives in the game. And like I said, I gotta keep it real. We came out well, first things first, I appreciate Book going out there dropping that 46. You know what I mean? A 46 ball. We needed every bit of it. I didn't appreciate like how the first half it was like a real quiet 16, but I appreciate the second half and him kind of like doing what he do, you know what I'm saying? Actually playing good because it seems like it's a rare occurrence when Book actually play good on ESPN, on national TV. Like whenever he play on ESPN, TNT, whatever, it seems like it's rare outside of the playoffs. That is rare. That it's like he actually played good and he actually rise up to the occasion. Because I was getting irritated. I was like, man, is this gonna be another instance of Luka outplaying you tonight again? And tonight you know what I'm saying? This was like the first time in a long time where I feel like okay, like he outplayed Luka. But I do got to add an asterisk to it because Luka got hurt. You know what I mean? And that was at the almost end of the second quarters, tweaked his ankle a little bit, and it kind of like he was never really the same. So I'm not trying to put like too much on it, but it seemed like the way that the shit is going with the Mavericks right now, it just seemed like, hey man, I can't give y'all nothing. Like it is what it is. You know what I mean? But what I did see today, what the Mavericks did show me is that, like, you know what? I want to add the Mavericks to the list of teams that I don't want to see in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that first half was real, like kind of playoff atmosphere, real intense, real physical. Like, you know what I'm saying? The crowd was into it and all of that. And I feel like this is where I'm gonna get into the negatives where like I didn't really appreciate how the Suns responded to like the physicality, just the adversity in the first half and stuff like that. Like I said, I feel like Book had a real quiet 16, and it seemed like shit was getting out of hand. We was down by 16 at one point, and it seemed like nobody else really showed up. And we was, you know what I'm saying? We looked bad. You know what I'm saying? Like we was getting outplayed. They was getting whatever they want. Luka was getting hot. And it seemed like, all right, here we go. We seen the story again, like the same shit that fucked up my Christmas kind of thing. You know what I mean? So and if it, I don't, like I said, I don't know if it wasn't for Luka getting hurt. I got to keep it a being. I don't know if we win this game. You know what I'm saying? And this is how we look without them having Kyrie too. So it's just like it made me real, you know what I'm saying, real weary. But it seemed like the Suns right now, like we have an issue, like we had an issue closing games out, and now we have an issue starting games. You know what I mean? So it seemed like the first quarter we can't get shit going, and then now the fourth quarter we actually know how to come back and stay in the game and fight and you know what I'm saying, close some shit out. So it's just like it's reversed now. So it's just like it's the Suns, man. So but like I said, a win is a win, a dub is a dub. And like I said, we look good in that second half. I appreciate how we responded in the second half. You know what I'm saying? We came out, and that's why I said I feel like Book kind of shined and stuff like that, did his thing. KD had like 12 points, but he was out there like D'ing up, playing defense, getting blocks, getting back. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciated all of that today. But I feel like I get scared when I watch KD play defense. I don't know if it's just me or not. I get scared because I'm like, I don't want you to get hurt. And it's crazy to think that like KD has to be the defensive leader on this team. You know what I'm saying? Look, I appreciate it. I appreciate that he going out there leading by example. But I just don't think like a 35, 36-year-old man should have to go out there and be like, you know what? I have to stick the flag and be the, you know what I'm saying? Like be the nigga that play defense or like start the defensive intensity. But tonight, I would say, like I said, I gotta give credit when it's due. I feel like Devin Booker and Frank Vogel won us his game today because I feel like the adjustments that he made in that second half definitely like won us his game. We didn't first we didn't double Luka no more, and we put out a Kogi, and like I said, I feel like a Kogi versus an injured, you know what I'm saying, Luka Doncic definitely like had him on L's, had to make him work for everything he was trying to do out there and stuff like that. And I feel like having him and KBD out there at the same time, we running that small ball lineup. I feel like that small ball lineup is real dangerous. That's what I'm saying. Like if we go out there and we go get a PJ Tucker, we gonna look real scary, man. I'm trying to tell you. Because if we looking like this with the small ball, because essentially the small ball lineup won us this game. And you know what I'm saying? If we look like this, playing niggas off the court, because I feel like Lively had to get off the court, whatever, and then we couldn't play Nurk no more because I feel like Nurk, he was just on some bullshit tonight. Like, just to keep it a bean, he was flopping all over the place. Like, he was, you know what I'm saying, getting beat on the drop and shit like that. He was throwing lobs over his head. So it was just like, it was just one of those days where it's like Lively and, you know what I'm saying, Green and them, they was just too athletic for Nurk tonight. But he did have like the strength advantage, but I feel like he was just doing a little bit too much with the antics tonight to kind of like really like lock in and shit like that. So, but that's always been my question though. Like when it comes to certain players or certain teams or whatever, like I feel like it's okay if Grayson Allen don't start. You know what I mean? Like it's okay if Grayson Allen got to come off the bench and we got to start a Kobe, or I would prefer we start a KBD just because I feel like he give us a better option with the length and stuff like that. So I feel like tonight should have been a night where we started off with KBD or a Kogi out there, and I don't think anybody would have been mad at it. But you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it worked out for everybody. And so I will say this is like the first game I can remember where I feel like Frank won us his game today. And like I said, we switched everything, so it was real good. And then we actually gave them a taste of their own medicine because Book played real good out of the double today, getting good open looks, passing out of it, and we was with the short. We look good, man. We look fucking good today. So, but like I said, I don't want to give it too much weight just because Luka and them was hurt. So, but like I said, anytime we could beat Luka and them, like it is what it is. So, like I said, it got real hostile, it got real aggressive, and I wasn't really feeling how we responded to it in that first half because I feel like they came out there and they kind of took our lunch, and we just was like, oh shit. Like we just gonna it felt like we was gonna lay down, but luckily, you know what I'm saying, Book actually rose up to the occasion this time. So I appreciated that, man. But yeah, so in other news, I did want to touch on a little bit of that Miles Bridges trade rumors and how I feel about it. Me personally, I'm not like the biggest fan of it just because of I don't think that he fit with this team per se, because I feel like offensively, okay, like he do, but I feel like we got enough offensive guys that already like we still trying to figure that out to bring him in. But I do think that offensively he can bring something to this team that we don't have. Is somebody that can consistently like apply pressure to the rim, attack the basket and stuff like that, get fouls, or you know what I'm saying, like just a lob threat. And I feel like, yeah, like in that aspect, cool. But I don't think that Miles is locked in on the defensive side enough for us to be like, okay, like let's bring him in on it. But it depends on like what we got to give up for him. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like if we could give up like a bag of chips, like if we could give up like Nas Little, Goodwin, and like, you know what I'm saying, or like Yuta and like some draft or some second round draft picks, okay, cool. Like let's bring him in, like let's just add him to the roster and see how it do, because I feel like at that point it's just like it's a win-win situation. But I feel like depending on who we got to give up, because I feel like I be up and down with Josh Okogie, you know what I'm saying? I be up and down with KBD, but I feel like KBD just like I feel like if we not gonna get PJ Tucker, I feel like KBD is the best option for us, like in that small ball lineup where him and Metu out there in that small ball lineup. Because like I said, I feel like we should definitely take advantage of the small ball lineup because I feel like the last few games, like that's really been the lineup that's bringing shit home. You know what I mean? Like really getting shit done. And like I said, we look real good out there with it. So we look good. And something I did want to touch on too, I noticed tonight was Bradley. Bradley finished with 27 and 7. And I feel like he finished 8 or 8 out of 15. And I feel like he got to be a little bit more aggressive because I see it was like 5 shots. I feel like I seen that he passed up. I'm like, I don't think anybody would have been mad if he took 5 more shots tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like when they do start to double book, I feel like that's when it's like it's okay. You know what I mean? To like be like, all right, like I'm not gonna give it to him, or we don't have to force feed him. I feel like we kind of got to get out of that. Like I feel like the big three is too talented for us to be consistently like force feeding niggas the ball. You know what I mean? Like I get it, Book got a hot hand and shit like that, but if they send in a double and shit like that, like let's make the right play. Like let's get an open look. You know what I mean? So and I feel like Bradley was a little bit like too passive tonight, but I wasn't mad at it. KD finished with 12 and 10, but like I said, I feel like his defense tonight, and he took the defensive assignment. Like, look, fuck it, I'll go guard Luka if there's nobody else, or if can't nobody else guard Luka. Like, fuck it, I'll try, or I'll give it a, you know what I'm saying? So it was what it was, man. But all in all, today was a good win. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to put too much weight behind it because, like I said, Luka did get hurt, and so I don't know what this game looked like if Luka didn't get hurt, but also it's fuck the Mavs. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But until next time, man. Peace.